We're back. And trust me, I got a lot of stuff to talk about. I ain't even wrote down everything to talk about yet. Like, I still gotta, get my thoughts together and get my thoughts down, but I didn't want to let time keep passing by. So I'm definitely going to get at least 2 videos recorded today. So we're going to go ahead and start off with sleepwalkers. I don't know why I keep feeling like I made a video about this, or maybe I just spoke about it, but the fact that it's coming right back around, some of y'all must be out here sleepwalking. So that's what the title today is, called Sleepwalkers. So, have you ever went through a storm not knowing how you even entered it? How did you let all these people in your life that mean you no good? How did you end up in drama? How did you let your life fall apart? Sleepwalker. A sleepwalker is someone who walks or perform other activities while still asleep. How do you become a sleepwalker unknowingly? And a lot of times, I put that because a lot of times it's not even just sleepwalking, but a lot of stuff we be doing, and it's tied into sleepwalking. We be doing it unknowingly, okay? So how do you become a sleepwalker unknowingly? Ignoring or not knowing all the red flags and signs. And we're not just talking about red flags when it comes to if you should date that person or not. We're not talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Let's open up our minds. It's a lot of red flags and signs that we get for literally every situation in life, whether it got something to do with us meeting people, to be a friend with somebody, taking on a job, taking on a house, all kind of stuff. Like, everything we do, every decision we make, every thought we think, there's always red flags and signs. And ignoring signs. So, okay, let's go into the times I had some signs. For example, I like to give y'all an example. A good example is when my oldest, he's 11 now, but when he was around like 4 or something like that, between 3 and 5, maybe 4, but somewhere between 3 and 5, he went to Mississippi to go with my mom, because she was still staying down in Mississippi for at that time. And I let her talk me into taking him down there. I didn't want to. I didn't want to do that. I'm saying, I was going through some stuff, but it wasn't nothing never to where I felt like I got to give up my kids or whatever like that. So I end up to let her talk me into taking him down there, whatever. He was down there for damn near a year. And it was a lot going on. I wasn't talking to his dad at the time. His dad was down there, and then there was some drama with that. I almost lost him because his dad had got into an accident with him, all kind of stuff. Like, it was just, it was just a lot going on, and it got to the point to where, I'm like, all right, I'm about to come back and get my child. I don't care how I got to figure it out. I'm about to come back and get him. Now, a lot of things we go through, whether we supposed to go through it or not, once you open the door, you gotta let things run its course. You gotta, you know what I'm saying, is you done already started. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta go ahead and see it through, my guy. You got to see it through, my guy. Okay, I know y'all know that sound, but anyway, you gotta see it through, like I said. So, regardless if it's good or bad, if it was meant or not, whatever the case may be, like I said, once you get something started, it started. So, I already sent them down there. You can't go back, can't take it back, can't start over. You know what I'm saying? He's already down there. So, you just got to let the course run its course. I was trying to intercede and interfere with the course early by trying to go and get him, because I was letting everything bother me. Oh, this happening, oh, that happening, arguing with everybody, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, and then on top of me, not even was fighting myself because I didn't want to send him in the first place, and I end up sending them all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the day when I decided to go and get him, my car that I had at the time, the electrical wasn't working in the car, so I couldn't even use the car lighter part to be able to charge up the phones and stuff. It was an older car. It was earlier 2000 car or whatever like that. So it still had the cigarette lighter hole, and you push the thing in, take it out, and it get hot. Yeah, it still had that. But if you're familiar with them cars, You can also put your charger thing and the what's the name thing in there to charge your phone. So that was messed up, and I tried to go get it fixed. It ended up being like late too. It was dark, it was nighttime, and the shop that I went to couldn't fix it. Got to order a part, blah blah blah. But I didn't want to wait. I was determined to go right then and there that day. We had my child's father at the time, when we was together or whatever, he was going with me or whatever, so I didn't have to ride by myself. We had went and was getting everything we needed and stuff, and every time we ran into somebody, they was like, "You sure you about to go? It's about to be a snowstorm, about to be a storm." Those was my red flags and my signs and my warnings. I couldn't get my electrical fixed in time so I can make sure I have proper charging, because why would I think that I'm about to why would I think that I was about to drive over 16 hours from up north to down south without being able to charge my phone? You know what I'm saying? Like, basically I will be pushing it, because every time I get to 30 or 25%, I will be needing to stop somewhere to charge. You know what I'm saying? Which would slow up the travel time, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it was the car. Then it was everybody like giving me warning signs about the weather and stuff like that, and I still was like, no, I'm going. I was too determined to go and get him. Okay, I was like, no, I'm going to get my son blown. Long story short, I got an hour. I stay in Michigan. I got an hour. I drove an hour from my address. Okay, I don't even think that was either an hour still in Michigan or an hour out of Michigan. Whichever one it was, I was only on the road for an hour and something. Okay, nowhere near far from home. Nowhere near far. An hour from my address, and I got into an accident. That would have never happened if I was listening to the signs and the red flags. So when you ignore your signs and red flags, or if you're just not aware because certain things in your mind and everything is not woke to be able to know when you getting a warning sign or anything like that or whatever like that area you need to fix right then and there. You need to, and if you don't know how to, basically you just need to sit there and think about your life. Just sit there and think, be still and meditate. Pull out a situation. You can pull out the worstest of the worstest, and you know what I'm saying, literally start from the day you woke up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to take it back, because you have to analyze every single thing so you won't miss nothing, because obviously you was missing stuff, right? So now you have to go back and analyze it to make sure you weren't missing nothing. So you literally have to, okay, what was I doing? Why was I doing that? You know, who was around me? Why was they doing what they doing? Why did I think that? What was this? What was the purpose of me doing this? Remember conversations and stuff like, okay, you know what? Such and such did try to stop me, and oh man, that was the sign. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to end up happening like that. That's just a technique to figure out, you know, how to go back on your life and things that happen, so you can be able to see where the red flags and signs are at, because a lot of us don't know red flag signs, don't know what it look like, don't know what it is, you know what I'm saying, or people just don't know. That's why I said you could become a sleepwalker unknowingly, because people just don't know. They're not in tune with the universe, with their higher selves, with their ancestors, with their own powers. They don't even know they self. They don't even, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just a lot. So another way to notice signs is through your touches. I mean, not your touches, your senses. I'm sorry. For example, like when you get gut feelings, you know what I'm saying? Gut feelings could be your stomach start turning or hurting, or, you know, feel like butterflies, or feel like when you nervous or something, you know, whatever. You know your stomach wasn't feeling like nothing just a minute ago, so why is it feeling like something now? And you know, and you got to think, when do this start happening in your stomach? When you got to make a choice, a decision, when something about that, you know, something where you got to actually, you know, do something or whatever. So stuff like that, like, you know, if you about to get ready to buy a house, for example, and some stuff happened in the process before you buy the house, and you start having gut feelings when your realtor name come up, or your whatever, like you basically, that could be a sign, like back out or don't do this or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just throwing out examples. What else? Let's see what we got. Gut feelings, repeated things like songs and quotes and stuff like that. Whenever something is being repeated, for example, if we don't, let's just be honest, you don't really see commercials about pregnancies for real. If anything, you will see something about maybe some type of new plan B, maybe something about abortion or whatever, but you don't really see nothing about a pregnancy. So let's just say this one day out of nowhere, something about a pregnancy commercial just keep coming on, like ain't no way, you know what I'm saying? That could be a sign that you pregnant, somebody pregnant, whatever. Or like when they say I dreamed about fish, that means somebody was pregnant. Or if you keep hearing this song, or you keep seeing repeated numbers and stuff like that. So things like that are ways to be able to know when your ancestors and the universe is talking to you and things like that. So let's move into the next section of how do you become a sleepwalker unknowingly. So first we said ignoring signs and red flags. So now it's operating in low vibrations, which let spirits enter. Okay, when you're operating in a low vibration, and I literally just was thinking about that for myself today, because of what I'm going through now. I literally see the change. For example, I had moved my mom and my siblings in from Mississippi to help. And when they first got here, I was all bubbly and this and this and that. And I literally just was thinking about, like the past few days, I've been just really irritated and over the top. And I just noticed how much I changed, like, letting this situation change me, and dealing with everything, it really changed you. It take you from a high vibration to a low vibration, especially if you got low vibrational people or things and places and stuff like that around you, or you in it or whatever like that. It can affect you. And I'm like, ain't nothing gonna affect me, I'm too strong. But you know what I'm saying, you never know when it's going to affect you. And I don't know what exactly turned me or what exact moment that it happened, but I know the Danielle I was before everybody got here, I was not operating in the same Danielle that I was, before everybody got here. And I noticed that, and I don't like that personally, because regardless of what's going on, I don't want to be pushed off my square. I don't want to be moved off my square, you know what I'm saying? I want to stay strong and stuff. But also, if I'm letting something push me off my square to a low vibration, then it messes with me manifesting and operating in life, which causes things to start falling apart, which started happening now with the bills and everything like that. Stuff started fucking falling apart. And it was never like that when I was operating in my high vibration. So I allowed the situation, and it's all about people, places, and things. You let that take you from your high vibration. So operating in low vibrations, which let spirits enter. Whenever you sleepwalk, it's because you're under another influence. Being around low vibrational people and environments, losing control or not taking control of your life. Let me back up for a minute, because I don't want to lose y'all. So when we get into whenever you sleepwalk, it's because you're under the influence, right? Okay, so let's backtrack and go there. How can that happen? Being around low vibrational people and environments. So you don't got to think of Insidious or Conjuring or something like that. Like, it's never gonna look like what they put in the scary movies or whatever like that. But when you're under the influence, for example, how they say drinking opens the doors for certain spirits or whatever like that, or whatever. Boom. So for example, back to the example of me going through things with my mom and everything like that. Before they got here, I was happy and this and this and that. Then I end up getting irritated, seem like I got an attitude or mad or whatever like that. That is, what I'm saying, other influences. You know what I'm saying? That's a good example of other influences. You know what I'm saying? Like anger problems and things of that nature. Another way of being a sleepwalker is, like I said, losing control and not taking control of your life, owning up to your wrongs, doing your shadow work, fixing your life. So if you don't take control of your life, or not finding out the things that you can take control of and have power for, over whatever, and if you just straight up losing control and stuff like that, yes, you are going to get sucked up and ate up, and you're not going to have a life that you will want to have. Like I said, owning up to your wrongs. That is, if you can't do that, you're going to be stuck sleepwalking. If you don't start doing your shadow work, you're going to be stuck sleepwalking. If you don't start fixing your life, you're going to be stuck sleepwalking. You're going to be stuck in the same cycles, doing the same things, dealing with the same things, being the same way, and wasting and using up all your energy for nothing. Another thing is to know that, you know, another way to be sleepwalking unknowingly is letting the wrong thoughts in, which can be influenced by the outside world. Okay, so for example, if you okay, I'm gonna use me for example. Before I had my last child, you know, I was doing my music and everything like that, and I didn't need for nothing, I didn't want for nothing, but for some reason a money thought popped in my head, and the money thought led to I can dance for money instead of dancing for free. For whatever reason that I felt like I needed money or needed more money, I don't know what the reason was, but when that thought came in, I was supposed to sit back and evaluate. Let's see, do I need more money? What am I trying to get? What do I need money for? Why am I trying to make more money? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to ask yourself this stuff. You got to go through this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you don't know yourself. So with me not doing that, not having the knowledge that I have now about how to move and stuff like that, I let those thoughts keep being fed, and it led me to drama. Okay, it led me to drama because of the way I chose to go and make some extra money or whatever like that, which leads into greed because you want more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a greedy person, but that's operating off greed or whatever like that. I don't care about nothing. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, so just to care about having diamonds and chains and trillions of dollars, being the richest famous person, no. I literally just want to make sure that my bills are paid. All my bills are paid up 2-3 months. If so, shit, it don't matter. I just make sure when every month come through, bills on auto pay. That's how much I don't have to worry about bills. So bills paid, kids stay fed, food stay in the house. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm able to do whatever I need for me and my family, and also be able to do whatever I want for me and my family. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to support us and stuff like that. Like, I don't have to be the famous person or the richest person or the person with the most money. I just want to live and not survive. Okay? We're tired of surviving. We want to live. So, you know, the fact that I'm even thinking about me needing more money, and genuinely I'm not even a more money type of person, what could be influencing me to be thinking like this and doing this stuff or whatever like that. And then also, if it's not like, you know, just necessarily another influence or whatever, mentally and spiritually, it could also definitely be what we see around us. Like, well, for example, when we open up our phone, all you see is famous this, money that, BBL this, chain that, diamond this, diamond that. So, you know, especially if you're not strong enough or whatever like that, you looking at that stuff, and eventually it's tying into what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, when I thought dancing for money or whatever like that, we would never known what that was if, you know, women wasn't getting sexualized, or, you know what I'm saying, or if that, you know, they didn't make that a thing or whatever like that. Like, you know, I'm just saying, why couldn't I think of some type of business to start or something like that? You know, I thought of the lowest thing first. So I'm just letting you know that even the best of us can get targeted if we're not aware of these things. And that's why I talk about this stuff when I go through stuff. People might think I sound crazy or whatever like that, but it is what it is, okay? Because for the ears that need to hear this, I don't sound crazy to y'all, and that's why I'm on this camera, because this needs to be talked about more, because you know, a lot of how we think, eat, act, speak, everything is based and influenced off of everything outside of us. You know what I'm saying? So when we doing wrong things and stuff like that, we need to be paying attention to what we eat and drinking, smoking, talking to, looking at, you know what I'm saying, what we around, what we doing, before we let unwanted spirits and energies and influences in, and that will take us off track and things of that nature. Where we at? So yeah, so, and not putting strippers down or anything like that, you know, before y'all start getting all caught up in feelings and emotions. I'm just, y'all know what's going on. So let's see. So we got the example out the way. So yeah, don't let people, places, and things throw you off track. Be conscious and mindful of everything you do, down to what you eat, down to making decisions, and down to letting someone in your life, whether they are a friend or a spouse. And that was pretty quick, but yeah, I feel like y'all should get the point. We can discuss more in the comments, of course, especially since it's not a live, so it's not like I can sit here and wait for y'all to respond. But yeah, I just want y'all to know that sleepwalking is a real thing. If you've ever went through something in life, and in the middle of going through that stuff, and you just like, dang, how did I get here? Why is this going on? What is going, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that is real. You really don't know how you got there. You don't even remember opening up the door to the BS. You just going through stuff, and you just walking. We're not using our conscious and subconscious. We ain't thinking. We ain't doing nothing. When they say think before you speak, we ain't thinking. Or we ain't speaking. We ain't doing nothing. We just moving. We just going off with whatever, you know, the president say move left, we move left. Social media say jump up, we jump up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we too controlled and too distracted. So, you know, we're not thinking clearly. We're not making conscious decisions. We're just doing things. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I was when I had my last child. I have this example and everything because this is the most recent thing I was going through, but it ties into the example of this topic, sleepwalking. That's why I feel like I talked about this before, but it don't matter, we're back. So I slept walk recently. My baby is 2 now, so 2-3 years ago I was sleepwalking looking dumb. The sleepwalking, like I said, started when I was having the money thoughts I was talking about, because that's how I met you know, the family that I was hanging with when I got pregnant or whatever. So, you know, me dancing at the parties or whatever like that made me run into them. They was like, hey, we do security. I'm pretty sure y'all remember this story. And I hooked up with somebody and now I'm pregnant. Boom. The drama was crazy as heck. Fighting, arguing, unwanted partners, all kind of stuff, and led to, you know, going to court for the baby, DNA test coming back negative, all kind of stuff was going on. Okay, and I was tied up into a triangle that I wasn't supposed to be tied up in, and boom. And one of the fights that I was having with the guy that I was, you know, messing around with initially, we was having a fight, and I was outside, and I walked to the end of their driveway, and I looked up at the moon, and it was a full moon. And that's when I had these exact questions. What am I doing here? Why am I here? What is going on? Like, I'm pregnant too, and I don't know these people, and I'm in drama with these people, triangles with these people, you know what I'm saying? Who pregnant by who? All kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a mess. It was a mess. I was a mess. They was a mess. Everything was a mess. Throw it all away. It was a mess. And you would look at me like, what you was doing going through that? What? You did what? You was doing what? Like I said, It can happen to the best of us if we're not on our P's and Q's, okay? So literally, I mean, when I say down to thoughts, like literally you would think that, okay, a money thought is not a problem. Yes, it's a problem. It can be a problem. Anything can be a problem. You really got to pay attention. Don't just think. Don't just be thinking about stuff. Why am I thinking about this? I don't care if you're thinking about, I want a strawberry pie. Why? Why you want a strawberry pie? Where did this thought come from? Is it going to benefit you to add a strawberry pie? Should you be eating a strawberry pie? You know, literally, like, over a pie, yes. Over a pie. I'm asking 21 questions over a pie. Because why am I thinking about that? What am I doing? What you know what I'm saying? Like, this is how you have to move with everything. Hey, I'm trying to be your friend. Why? Why you want to be my friend? What's a friend? How you spell it? What is this going to benefit me? What am I going to do in 25 years? But you know, like, no, for real. You have to. Because if not, you're going to allow any and everything in, and then you're going to end up in situations not knowing how you got there and not knowing how to get out and not knowing when you're going to see the end. And when you come back into realization, all hell going to already have been turned loose. And that's how it happens every time. We be out here doing stuff like we don't got no home training for real, and it's okay, we don't. You know what I'm saying? We don't. We're not in no generational curses. It's more of just generational misled and misguided information and direction passed on. That's all it is. Like, if I'm believing that we should go around and Michael Myers and people. If I grew up thinking I should be like Leatherface, like, just imagine if I was, you know, if you was Leatherface for whatever reason, you know, because they said that stuff was based off true stories. So Leatherface, for example, you know what I'm saying? He peeling off people's skins and wearing it and stuff, weird stuff, right? So he have kids and he teach his kids to be the same way. Them kids probably don't remember their past lives or none of that stuff, right? So they just growing up thinking that that's okay. Now they passing it down to their kids. You see where I'm going with this? So it's not that we're cursed, because we're not cursed. Nobody is cursed. So we can throw that out. That's another video, but we can throw that out and take that out of here because we're not cursed. And you keep on claiming it and speaking it and then whatever, that's what it's going to be. So no, we're not cursed. We're going to throw that on out the window, and we're going to realize that we just have been misled and misguided, and we haven't been taught properly and taught right. You know, we ain't going to be mad at them and blame them because they didn't even know, right? But now that we're getting to a point to where we know and can figure stuff out or whatever, now we have to start making the changes. We don't want to die a sleepwalker, okay? You don't want to die like that. And you know what I'm saying? We got to get that together. So I hope that you guys enjoyed that topic for today about being a sleepwalker. If you feel like I missed anything out or need a part 2 or something like that, let me know in the comments, and I can definitely come back and talk y'all head off for another 30 minutes about it, because I'm telling y'all, like I always said from the jump, everything I come to this page and talk about, I am not watching other people talk about stuff and stealing their ideas. I'm not going on Google, what's some good things to talk about? No, 90-something% of everything that I write about and talk about, I've been through it, or I've seen it and had to help somebody through it, or whatever the case may be. Just know I was there. Okay, I was in it. So it's either happened to me or happened to somebody next to me, whatever the case may be. These is experiences, and I feel like that I need to be sharing them because I could help the next person not make the same mistakes, or mistakes similar, or just mistakes, period. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, I got my kids to pass this down to, but that's just them out of the whole world. You know, and they're going to get with somebody and make their own babies, but still the whole world is still left behind looking crazy. So I want to be a part of helping and reaching out to whoever I can help and reach out to, so that y'all can have a better life, better guidance, and know yourselves a little better, so y'all can reach to y'all higher powers and y'all higher selves as well, because we not about to keep living down here like this. So see y'all in the next video.